Hello, my darling Taurus. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, welcome to the channel. And here is the Taurus reading for Aries season, spanning from 21st of March up until 19th of April. So, Taurus, let's start by shuffling your cards. Okay. It's gonna take a while. So Taurus, now entering into Aries season, this would be like the 12th house for, the 12th house for you, meaning that now you will have like a month-long period where you may be solving different types of things in your dreams, or you will have some things pop up to the surface of your conscious during the month of April. It's a purging process. Don't worry about it. It's normal for those of you who are meditating a lot or are on some spiritual path. You will clearly see these things popping up. For those of you who are not so much in tune, there's pretty not much that you can do to fasten this process. Okay, so it will take its time. So if you notice something different in your sleep pattern, don't worry about it. It's normal. There are things sorting themselves out in the back of your mind, like in your subconscious or in your unconscious. Okay, Taurus, let's see the month of April, the Aries season to be more exact. As you very well know, we as a humanity celebrate New Year's Eve on the 1st of January. Normally we should start the new year with the start of Aries season. So that would be the 21st of March. Spring equinox should be the start of the new year. Because in Pisces season, we all know that Pisces is a symbol for the old man and the unborn child, which is waiting in its mother's belly to receive form. Okay, so don't take it so harsh upon yourself if you've set New Year's resolutions or goals and you failed at them, because it's like the worst time in a year to set goals, January period. But now, Aries seasons, we already have a card out. This would be the Four of Swords. Now, my dear Taurus, I feel you are a bit protected here with the Four of Swords. Now, swords usually talk about thoughts, okay? Thought patterns. Here we have arguments. We have any science that deals with the mind. So let's see, the Four of Swords. I feel like there is something that you're not putting to rest. And we know Tauruses to be a bit of a hoarders, not only when it comes to physical objects, but we're talking about people, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about facts. Maybe you have some facts from the past which are keeping you awake at night, but it's not restless in a way, but it's not moving on the physical plane. Okay, so some of you may be bedridden with some sort of illness. Others of you may be in isolation from other people. So this is what I feel mainly with the Four of Swords, some sort of an isolation, and a hoarder type of attitude when it comes to putting something to rest. Taurus, I know that no one can tell you what to do, but I think this thing that keeps you up at night needs to be addressed. And as I mentioned before, for those of you who are bedridden, there's a silly story here where if you run away from some things which, let's say, should be dealt with, to be more exact, you have several things inside of you which need to be put to rest, okay? But for each and every one of them, there comes a time when it's bubbling so much inside of you. You've twisted and turned the situation or the aspect or the concept on every side possible, okay? You've seen all the facets, and yet, my dear Taurus, cannot let go of it. So you're keeping yourself stuck here with the Four of Swords. As you can see, this here, there's a person which is lying down on the snow, doing some sort of a ritual, I think. Okay, so you're protecting and you're shielding yourself for what exactly? If you have ran away from this aspect for so long, the universe can at any point in time just come in and steal like your ability to move out and about. Okay, so for those of you who are bedridden, try and see if there is something that popped up since you are obligated to rest. Okay, the universe doesn't need to yell at us with accidents, with strange events happening all around us that put us in danger. Okay, so if you would face your issues, maybe the universe wouldn't need to put you in this state. 1 second, because one card just flew out of the deck while I was shuffling. And after the Four of Swords, here afterwards comes the Six of Pentacles. So you're moving from one extreme to the other. It's like my Taurus has been missing for quite a while. And when he comes back into the world, when you come back to meet and greet people, I see you in the Six of Pentacles energy, where you give so much of yourself. But Taurus, deep down inside, aren't you giving to other people in order to fix them in the way in which you need fixing here? Because Taurus, you're a giver, okay? No doubt. When I see the Six of Pentacles, I clearly think about Taurus. You're gifted in this life with having human comforts, let's say. And there's no need for me to repeat the fact that most of you Taurus, actually share this goodness with others. But here I feel that you run the risk of trying to fix something within you which you're incapable to do. It's like letting that one thing to rest, okay? Let it die completely and be gone from your system. You're holding on to it, and whenever you come into contact with other people because you need to point your horns in a direction and actually go towards the people in your life, whenever you go towards them, it's like you're overgiving of yourself and your goods. It's, I almost feel some of you are betting on the fact that if I give to others, this is sort of a good karma that maybe, just maybe, it could somehow come to me in this very easy way and have this whole thing dissolve here, this inner conflict here. Taurus. It's not bad, okay? So the Six of Pentacles, I'm actually happy to see the Six of Pentacles. I love seeing people collaborating with each other, okay? And you, Taurus, it's like you have a lot of abundance and wisdom to share with others, okay? But try not to get lost in, how should I say this? Whoop, okay? Try not to get lost in helping people with one situation. So what I mean to say is that teach a man, give a man a fish, he will eat one day. Teach a man to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. Okay, so he will not starve a day in his life. I would advise you to think about this whenever you open your mouth or your wallet or anything to help anyone else, okay? Because you run the risk of giving too much energy for isolated cases from which that those people that you're trying to help won't understand much in the end, okay? I mean, you help them transcend one thing, and when the new thing comes, that person is back to square one, okay? Because they had like no contribution. I'm sorry, Taurus. Okay, and the other two cards that popped out are the Three of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So it's clear as daylight, okay? However much you would like to portray this beautiful, healthy, and abundant energy, I see you flanked here by swords, okay? So we have the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords. This is somewhat going backwards. So what I'm thinking here with the Three of Swords, this is heartbreak, okay? But the swords are lessening in a way. So we're going backwards. You're starting off this process of going backwards towards your original pain in ARIES season. So we're going from being inactive, sort of paralyzed in a way by the things that are inside of you. So I'm thinking the thoughts that you have of not letting something go, and now I see what you're not letting go. This is some sort of heartbreak that may have happened in the past or not, but in spite of it all, you still find the energy and the time and the resources necessary to share with others. Although this sharing, however much volunteer work you do, it's not gonna fix these thoughts and aches that you have inside of you. And yet, in spite of it all, in spite of this heartache that we see here, we're not quite at the whole truth of it because we don't have the Ace of Swords here, but it's somehow linked to your heart. There may have been a romantic endeavor from the past which has devastated you, and not a whole lot of people know about this, but you still walk around with these scars in your heart, okay? But in spite of all of this, my beautiful Taurus, finds the energy center, to center yourself in Aries season, because I see here the Queen of Pentacles. So at the end of the day, in spite of whatever has been, Taurus, at the end of the day, you're still a wonderful, wonderful girlfriend, a brilliant lover, a sister, a mother, a father, a brother, all in one. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is like all the family you need in one person. This is an abundant person taking care of the richness that she holds. I mean, if you can see in this card, the Queen of Pentacles has like a dog sitting way down here at her feet. So a healthy Taurus would make anyone feel this warm, comforting feeling that maybe they would find themselves in these people that are near you would find themselves enveloped in a general feeling of love and goodness and abundance. They feel taken care of, okay, because you're very capable here of handling all that is, okay. So this Queen of Pentacles, you Taurus, I think you're holding back. I think people can only see and maybe notice this Four of Swords. It's like your absence, but this is you being on your own and letting these thoughts run through you. And on the exterior part, people only see you as being very, very abundant, very well put together, very empathic towards others, because you help a lot of people, okay. Yet our dear queen here has something hidden here in the heart. Yes, it's sort of a double life sort of theme here. So the base for Aries season would be the bottom of the deck here. So the base for everything that is happening in Aries seasons would be the Eight of Wands. Okay, now the Eight of Wands, I can see how this would be the source for everything here. We have a quick exchange of information. We have messages going back and forth, okay, but these are somewhat repetitive conversations that I've had before. So this is the feeling that I get. It's like however much I would try to twist and turn this truth inside of me, I'm not at the core of it yet. And the fact that 8 here talks about infinity, it also talks about repetition. So I'm thinking that you have someone in your life who's giving, you're exchanging messages with, okay. So this is not someone new, this is someone that you know from a long time ago. This is a person which holds some sort of importance in your life. My problem is that we're having the same conversations, okay. So we've discussed about this several times, yet the situation is somewhat unresolved. You're trying to resolve it by being okay within yourself and just letting this pain be here. So I'm not happy about what you're going through, Taurus, but I'm confident that you will be well enough, given the fact that we have the Queen of Pentacles here in the reading. Okay, so whatever you do with these conversations, I see they act as a catalyst for this whole process. but you will be fine, Taurus. You'll actually be fine. Okay, so the result, what we're expecting, and the higher meaning for Aries season, we have here the Two of Wands. So this is, whoops, sorry, my bad. Okay, so the Two of Wands here talks about a portal. Talks about making a decision. Okay, so the higher meaning for every season is that you need to take a decision, and I feel it's here linked to the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords. It's probably a heartbreak. I mean, for some of you, I can clearly imagine some ex of yours coming back, having some discussions now at the end of March, and setting you on this this abundant martyr type of quest where you get lost inside of you for something that means, yes, okay, it means the world to you given how much it's affecting you, but in the long run, is it actually worth it if it makes you feel this way? Like you need to be, I'm not saying you're fake, but clearly you're not together with this heartbreak here. Okay, so the higher meaning for Aries season would be that you just need to let some things go. Okay, so the Two of Wands, if you take two wands, it's almost forming a portal. So here you have to make some sort of a portal for yourself to just untie yourself from these situations. Now, if you can see this person here, you see them, they are being tied to the two wands, but he has one hand free. So you're not particularly stuck in the situation. I feel you have all the liberty that you need to take a decision. The only thing that is stalling is you. I don't know the reasons for which you are stalling and grabbing hold of this situation. You should just let go and move on with the new. Okay, we don't need the past together with us nowadays. If this heartbreak is recent, by all means, yes, take your time. Let that pain drive you into this catharsis moment where you rise above the event and understand that life is life, and you have to be taught in this way, because if it were easy, we probably wouldn't appreciate the lessons that we are given, or we wouldn't even bother to gather up the knowledge. So my dear Taurus, it was a pleasure to see you again, or to meet you if this is your first time here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next month for your season, Taurus. Take care. Bye.